Just start recording. First thing we ask for prototype modeling. Okay, as I told you, we should have some metaphor to understand any particular models. Okay, now what do you meant by prototype? Now there is a function. Okay, there is a function in Ramesh house. Now Ramesh, you need to go and bring some sweets. So what you will do? You'll go to the sweet shop, and then means you wanted to pack jalebi or jangri for 5 to 6 kilos of sweet. You wanted to pack it and you wanted to go directly. We'll go and say, boss, give me 6 kilos of sweet. Or you'll say, boss, can you means is it fresh? Can I have a sample? I'll eat that. If it is good, then I'll take, or else I'll not take it. So will you go to a sweet shop, ask for a sample, eat that? If it is good, then you'll take 6 kilos of sweet. Or else, boss, this is not fresh. Now I'll go for Mysore pak. So you'll try to shift your sweet, right? Why? When you tried a sample, if a sample is not working for you, you'll not go ahead with it. Similarly, in software industry, we do have prototype modeling. Excellent, right? The client wanted to see something. If it is not going to work, he will say, stop, this is not I am expected. I need something else. So this is called prototype. So now in the prototype model, hope you have been seen here, we have requirements. Okay, basic requirements we will try to gather. Okay, I need for an example, we taken the yesterday the construction of a house on Saturday. So how we construct? So we will take the requirements and then we'll prepare a quick design, and then we prepare a sample immediately. Boss, you asked for this one, right? You will show to the user. User means the client. Client say, boss, this is not at all I expected, then he will drop. Or else if you say that, boss, I need this one, but I need some more extra things. You need to add up on this. So then based upon the client evaluation or the user evaluation, he will try to do the redefining that particular prototype. And once again, he will send it to the client. Boss, is this you wanted? Yes. Once again, he will do. So if this is going to good, then he will go and implement and the maintain. So this is how the phases will be in the prototype. Very simple, right? So the requirements gathering and means whatever we required. So the required information. For an example, I told you, right? So the day before yesterday, okay, I'll take the same example as something like biryani. So now I wanted to prepare the biryani. So then I asked the customer, boss, what do you want? Then he will say that I required some chicken biryani with the less spices. Don't give too much masala and all the things. I gathered all the requirements, and in the quick design, I'll keep all my means analysis also will be done. Means the vessels, rice, chicken, masalas, everything I have been kept it over there, and then I'll try to prepare a small sample. So I'll cook for a small means sample, and then I'll give it to the client. The client will say, hey, here the salt is less, put the salt. Then I'll add the salt and then I'll take it to him. Once again he will say, this is okay, now you need to add some more spicy. Then once again I'll try to add the spicy. Then I'll once again present it to the client. Then once again the client says that, okay, this is good for me. Then I'll proceed. Guys, please go on mute. So and then proceed, we will proceed with the completion of this one. So this is how we will try to do our projects. So this is called prototype modeling. So now what is the advantages of this particular prototype modeling? So guys, it's not really required to get into the details, but at least you should know what do you meant by prototype model. I told you, right, if you wanted to understand the essence or the greatness of the agile, so you need to understand this. Now if you see, this is before some ages in the 90s and 2000s we are using this. In agile also we are using the same type of concept. So feedback, the instant feedback means the faster feedback from the people. So the even in agile, this is one of the principle. The prototype model also involved into that. So that's where these models are very important to know it. Okay, as part of the SDLC, so we do have multiple models. In these models, this is one of the model. Now here, what are the advantages and disadvantages? You can easily understand that. User means the client will be involved from the first phases. So he will be involved, means what this in the sample itself he can understand. Okay, so he will be involved and what his basic requirement, he will be there. You just think in the waterfall model, in the requirement phase he gives the requirements. and after 6 months, after 1 year, he means we will go and deliver the product to the client. So then the client say, boss, this is not at all I expected, you are giving me something else. So there is a diagram also, requirements swing diagram. If you see here, this is what one of the wonderful picture usually the people will explain the project management. See, uh, how the customer explained. So this is what the customer explained, how the project leader understood. And so this is how means the customer has been, he wanted the 3 steps of thing which he has been explained, and the project leader understood this, and how the analyst designed it. So this is how he have been designed, and how the programmer written the code. So this is how he have been written, and how the tester tested. So this is how he tested, and how the BA, the business people will describe. So this is how they will describe, and how the project was documented. See, there is no documentation at all, and how it was installed, and how the customer is built, and how it is supported, and what marketing team has been advertised, and actually what is a customer required is this. He wanted a rope with a tire to swing. So he explained like this, and this is how the people will understood and then do it. So this all the problems in the requirement. So now you tell me, so this is how means it was happening means yes, the same thing means there is a game for this. There will be a 10 to 15 people will be standing. The one guy will turn back and he says something to him. So that guy need to pass the information to the people. So the first guy, whatever he says, for the last guy, it reaches in a different way completely. So the requirements means because there is a transition, the communication need to be traveled from one people to another people, where it changed a lot. So that's where the client need to be engaged into the front, so that he can understand what is the things. Because after 6 months, if he goes back and says that this is what, this is not I'm required, whatever the 6 months efforts which you kept, it gone waste, right? So that's a reason. So the involving of the client in the earlier phases, it gives a lot of information and lots of advantages. Okay, so now what means see, now if something is missing, so he can't say that, say every week I have a client call and every week I'll be updating, boss, this is what happening, this is what happening. He knows every week status. After 3 months, can he back and say this is not I expected? He can't say, because from starting of the week I'm saying that, boss, this is what I'm trying to say, so this is what the problems, this is what the challenge I said from the starting of the week, for every week. Then how you can come at the 3 months later and then say that this is not expected? So if there is any problem, he can escalate in the first week itself. But think in the waterfall model, after 6 months, if I go and send deliver, this is what you need to get it. So will he accept? Obviously not. So that's where these are all advantages are there. So you can see the missing functionalities, customer satisfaction, quicker feedbacks. All these are the advantages of the prototype model. And then what are the disadvantages? Is it's a time taking, right? So every time you need to do a prototype and you need to show him, if he accept, then only you need to do it. So it's a time taking, it involves the cost, and then means it excessive changes requests will come, because once you show every time to the customer will change continuously. See, for example, even though there is no change, I said, right, so we are cooking a biryani and then we take to the customer, and I say, he said no, first he says salt, next he say masala, then he say again. See, consistently he will give the changes to that. So we shouldn't do, means after 1 or 2 iterations we need to stop. But still, as we wanted to the client driven service, we are trying to give it, so we wanted to make the customer feel very happy. So whatever the things we wanted for him, so we will try to do it. So that's where these challenges will come. So these are the disadvantages. Now this is what the prototype model. Now go back to the incremental model. Actually, for the incremental model, there is another excellent diagram is also there. I'll just try to get that incremental. Okay, before that one, so any questions, guys? Any questions for the any questions on this, on the prototype model? Now let's see on incremental model. Incremental model means, see, now I need to draw this particular picture. What I did, first I taken this quadrant. and I have drawn the picture. So with a left eye and a hairstyle with a partial ear. Then what in the second phase, what I have did, the same project I have been incremented with 2 quadrants. So now he have 2 eyes, complete hair, and with a ear. In the third picture incremented, so what I'll try to do, I have another third quadrant added, and he have the picture, and in the fourth quadrant completely he have the face picture. So this is what I wanted. In the first phase, I'll go back and I'll show to the respective client, boss, this is what we have done. Is there any feedback? If there is any comments, let me know. Then I'll go. So boss, this is what the progression was happening. So is this what you are expecting? Is this the things you are working for? And next one. So now we have done the 3 parts of this. We have only last part pending. Any particular things we need to do it, and then last we'll get it. So this is what incremental model. So now coming back here, now you see here, we do have all the phases: analyze, design, code, test. So the same way we will try to first round of iteration, this increments, and now second, it increments. Third, it increments. The same diagram we wanted to give: 1, 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1 equal to 1 plus 1 equal to 2. So this is what the outcome we got it. So this is what the incremental model. If you see, the advantages: the software will be generated quickly during the software lifecycle. It is flexible, less expensive to change the requirements and the scope, and throughout the development changes, it can be done. The model is less compared to the others. The customer responds to the each build. I told you, right? So these are the advantages. So now the customer changes. Whenever we wanted to do a change, immediately we can do the change. And as an incremental phase, this can be increased, and then the project would be delivered. So prototype model is different. Prototype, we will do a small prototype and then we will try to give it. Now into this one, into the incremental model, the prototype model also will be added. So first waterfall model, then it's good for the prototype model, then it come to the incremental model. In the incremental model, the prototype model also would be underlying concept of the prototype model will be there in the incremental model. This is what you need to understand. You connecting the dots, right? Waterfall model, and from waterfall model how it go to the prototype model. Means in the waterfall model, the requirement changes can't be happen. Changes happens only in the last, means once after the completion of the project. So then they gone through the prototype model. In the prototype model, they'll do a sample, give it to the client, they will take it, and then they will try to do it. Now incremental model, phase by phase they will try to increment that, and then they will try to show it to us. So this is what the incremental model. So now once after the incremental model, we go for the RAD model. What do you mean by the RAD, or what is the difference between the incremental model? By this time itself, you need to understand. You need to see that in RAD model, what they will do is they will create a specific teams. So the name itself, it talks rapid application development. We do have a rapid force team, or blue calls, or rapid team in the police, because already the police people are there. What this rapid team do, or what this blue calls will do? Blue calls is a the police people where they have complete rights. They can, means if there is something is going against, they will be smashing those people. So means the immediate attack they can try to do it. So now in the rapid application development, if you wanted to develop application very fastly, what they will try to do here in this particular concept, I'll explain it here. So now I wanted to develop 3 components. One is login component. I take the same example as Gmail. I wanted to develop a login. I wanted to develop an outbox, and then I wanted to develop an inbox. I have 3 functionalities to develop. Now what I'll try to do is, I have completely 6 developers and 6 testers. Now what I'll try to do, I take 2 developers, 2 testers, 2 developers, 2 testers, 2 developer, 2 testers. I'll say, boss, you 4 people need to deliver me login. You 4 people need to deliver me the outbox. You 4 people need to deliver me inbox. Now what it happen? All 3 people will start parallelly. Means login will start parallelly, outbox will start parallelly, inbox also will start parallelly. Now at the end stage, this guy will give me the login completion. This guy will give me the outbox, and this guy will give me the inbox. So this here we have 4 people, 4 people, 4 people. At last, what we will try to do is, we will do a big bang approach. Big bang means combining all the things at one shot, and login, plus outbox plus inbox, this functionality is done. So this is how we will be doing it. This is called RAD model. So now the functionalities will be differentiated across the people, and team will be differentiated across the people, and according to that they will deliver, and they will use the Big Bang approach. Big Bang approach means, you know, right? So we have Big Bang theory. So collision of all the galaxies, it means the collision of all the asteroids and stars, it formed our universal universe, right? The same way. So when means all modules we will mix at one shot, and then we will test, means we will test this particular application. This is a Big Bang approach. We have one of the testing approach which we have it. So this is how the RAD model will happen. Now you see how different it is from the increment model. Incremental model is like, see, for example, phase one done, next quadrant, and next complete picture. But here it is not the incremental model. Means here the same project or the same thing or same module can be in incremental as a as a sequentially it increases. So this is first, this is second, this is third, and this is fourth. But here it is not the RAD model. We wanted to develop the application very quickly. We will divide the modules or whatever you wanted. You divide the team, that complete the development at the different phases, and then merge that one into a different phase and then do it. The advantage of this one is the time and the cost, because parallelly the people will develop this, and then once after that they will merge all and they will club all the things at one shot. So this is called RAD model. The basic differences between the incremental model and the RAD model is completely different. So hope you guys got what do you meant by prototype model, what do you meant by incremental model, what do you meant by RAD model.
So, Krish, sorry to interrupt. So, as per my understanding, incremental model, in that the team won't divide. It will just do the the things in a section. Like first part is done, then they will show to the client, and then they will proceed with the second. But all the things is done by the same team. But in RAD model, the things are divided, and all are merged at a time, at a point, and then they show to the client, right?
Excellent, that's it.
Okay, thank you.
So now if you see here, that's where it's a RAD team 1, RAD team 2, RAD team 3. So we'll have the 3 different RADs, and then it will merge into the application at one shot. So that's how it will happen. The disadvantage for this one is, the big disadvantage of this particular project or this model is combining all the modules at one shot, the Big Bang approach. When you combine all these modules, there would be lots and lots of integration problem, and lots of bugs will be occurred for this because of this integration problems. Because this guy worked independently, this guy worked independently, this guy worked independently. Mixing of all these things means, for an example, I am trying to cook something. I take in the different varieties, and then if you take something, I need to cook some sambar or something else. So when I was trying to cook that, at that point of time, so when I take in means someone is mixing with water and then salts and all, and someone is preparing the vegetables and doing it. And if some means all these 3 people was mixing at one shot into the curry, what it will happen? Too much of cook spoils the food. So that's how this particular thing was failure. The RAD model was failed. Multiple teams and doing it. But if you see here, you need to understand one point here, guys. So how the development cycle means the models were enhancing. See, now first you do have waterfall model. Based upon the disadvantages, the requirement changes, which is can't addressable, then it go for the prototype. And from the prototype, it gone for the incremental model. From the incremental model, it went for the RAD model. And we do have the spiral model also, the spiral model. And then it went for the V model. And then it went for the agile model. So now, considering all the disadvantages of all these things, taking all the positive pointers from all these particular phases, integrated into the agile. So that's how we reach to this particular pointer. So that's what, at least see, I'm not asking you because we will never use this again, but still you should know what are the, means at least the basic thing. What do you mean by a prototype model? What are the basic advantages and disadvantages? Waterfall model, incremental model. RAD model. We have discussed about these four. Now we need to discuss about the V model, and then anyways, Agile, we will have a separate altogether a complete session on this one, because we do have Agile coaches and we do have Agile mentors, Scrum masters in our team. So I'll ask the people to give a separate session on this one. Okay, let's discuss about the V model now. So who wanted to go with the V model?